can't believe I haven't posted a video in almost a year. And while I could go into detail about when I posted the last video of me cutting my hair, I was exposed to mold. How I edited that video on the floor in front of my open balcony door because I was having problems breathing. How I couldn't even enjoy the moment of the love and interactions with the people who cared enough to show love because I was in and out of urgent care, emergency rooms, couch surfing, because the air in my very own apartment was too toxic to be in there. How I went from being able to run for an hour to being out of breath just climbing the stairs of my third floor apartment. How I was in no position to make more videos because I was navigating my health, a toxic workplace environment, a tight schedule, touring apartments, and a very expensive move. But I won't bore you with that. This video isn't even about that, really. It's about how a depressed girl with anxiety-driven rumination took a brave step to upload a video about her hair journey almost 15 years ago. 15 years. That's how most of you know me. From my hair content, I never really talk about the reason I hyper-focused on growing and improving the health of my hair. It was to distract me from heartbreak. I used to spend hours on the Kiss Keep It Simple Sister forum, reading about hair techniques, hair products, and the hair journeys of other Black girls, whose main goal was simply to have healthy hair. I transmuted that energy of the emotions of sadness and hurt and turned it into community, impact, purpose. That young girl created an outlet that opened doors I could never imagine. I've been published in hair magazines multiple times. I've been interviewed on podcasts, attended creator events, but most of all, I've impacted thousands of lives by sharing my hair care practices. Can you believe I got a comment on a TikTok from a lady who still uses my moisturizing mix combo? What the hell? That's amazing. Over the years, I've hosted fitness contests where the person who lost the most weight got a fitness watch. I've had advice columns where I advise women on dilemmas in their lives. I really miss that, honestly. To messaging a couple of supporters privately, helping them through battles of depression because I too have been there, very familiar with it actually. I never could understand when people would fangirl when I responded to their comment because girl, I'm just like you, but in front of a camera. Back in them days, I used to give out my email and FaceTime my Instagram followers long before Instagram became what it is today. That's extremely crazy to even imagine these days. But I've always pushed for community. Down to my weekly game nights, my Deep Condition series, I used to really consider myself the girl next door. But now that I think deeper into it, I was really never the girl next door, but I've always been a reflection of you. The girl who overthinks, has real life problems, who hates her job, who's always felt a little different from the people I'm surrounded by. A girl who is literally taking life one day at a time. I'm just a girl. That girl, actually. And so are you. So how does a girl who sets so many things into motion grow into a woman who is low-key terrified to post a video now? I've been thinking about this for years, actually, and I just discovered the reason. I've always made excuses. I needed the perfect topic, the perfect camera, the perfect lighting, but apparently, it was all a cover-up. Once I took strictly posting about hair content off the table, the future of my YouTube channel got kinda scary. Everybody knows that switching niches, especially as late in the game as building over 90,000 subscribers, it could be unforgiving to the algorithm and the people who follow strictly for hair content. It can literally be the death of a channel. So deep down inside, I wasn't uploading videos because I'd rather post nothing than to watch the creation that I put my blood, sweat, and thousands of tears go to shit. There. I said it. I had rather quit than to fail. And honestly, now that those words have left my mouth, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But that's how I felt. So over the past few years, I've started a few faceless projects, and only one did what needed to be done. But I ran into an obstacle, and eventually, I abandoned that too. To keep it real with you, no matter which way I try to flip it, I was designed to be in front of the camera. To have my face, my voice, my energy control the traffic. In real life, when I enter a room, I've been told that my energy is loud. I make people feel something without even opening my mouth. Now, I might not be the sharpest crayon in the box, but tell me how someone with such a polarizing personality is meant to exist in the background. News flash. I'm not. And I'll admit, starting this channel was challenging. There was no representation for my personality type, so I focused on making myself consumable. But as the years passed, I got tired of rehearsing my humanity and just started showing up as my authentic self. And if you ask me, that's when the magic happened. That's when I found real community. I mean, there are millions of channels on the tubes of you, yet you're here kicking it with me, with the vibes of a FaceTime conversation in your car, in the parking lot of your corporate workplace. That's it. That's the feeling. The dream that I had back in 2011, the beginning of this channel, for others to truly see themselves, to feel something. And to be honest, somewhere along the way, I forgot that I even had a fear in the beginning of this. The anxiety that I had in the beginning of this channel. The fear of being perceived. I forgot that the overthinking was present from the start. Yet, I still pressed record. I still showed up. And somewhere between the hair routines, the jokes, the vlogs, the game nights, it stopped feeling like content and it started feeling like home. I mean, yeah, sometimes my thoughts are all over the place and maybe I'll take too long to get to the point. I might say too much or sometimes be too honest. And sometimes I even produce content that's not as polished as the rest of the content on YouTube. But this is my most authentic self. Mask off. And maybe you were never supposed to be here strictly for hair content. Maybe, just maybe, the hair content was just the meeting point.